Hey there, fellow space explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Ashes of the Domain. Episode 46, Guardians of the Ark. Really? You're gonna jump me? Alright. Let's hope there's a bounty on your head, because I don't mind getting paid for bounties. I'm not going to bother doing capture points because they didn't really have a big fleet, so it won't matter. They just have like one onslaught and some garbage. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting on good terms with the pirates, because it would just be yet another trade and smuggle partner. Given that I'm the galaxy leader in like fuel and organs, and honestly at this point, heavy machinery, metals. I think we make more stuff than most of the other factions combined. So just having more trade partners is only really a benefit. I mean, I don't know about befriending the Pathers, though. That might be a bridge too far. Oh, it got super EMP'd from my my lasers and tack lances. Half of the ship is just like sitting there disabled. Kinda feels bad, man, but enemy's an enemy. And the hedge enjoyed that. I got 150k bounty off of that. I mean, I wasn't trying to befriend the hedge, but I'll take it. So this is the one we were sent to survey, and I'm still inhospitable with Syndria, but, you know, it's 5 better than it was. Once I get to the core worlds around a comms relay, I can do a market share update. Sure. Can't do it out here, though, because I'm not close enough to comms. Okay, this entire system is surveyed. Let's see. Any known gates around? Yep, Gambit Sand. And all the demods have been resolved. Most excellent. Any of the missions relevant? No, all independents. Okay, if you're wondering about my my global market value, we control 50% of the organics market value, 47% of ore, 32% of food, 45% of organs, 38% of drugs, 35 of Lux goods, 24 of people, 27 of volatiles, 47 of transmutonics, 54 of fuel, 36 of supplies, 36 of heavy machinery. We don't manufacture any domestic goods. 38 of armaments, 12% of marines, 38 of ships, 30 of transplutonic ore, 100% of domain grade machinery because no one else makes it, 73% of purified transplutonics, Colon is the only competitor, 100% of electronic components because no one else makes it, 39 of metals. So we nearly have the plurality or monopoly, because even when we don't have the monopoly, if you take a look at, like, let's say food or supplies rather, where we only have 36% of the market share, it's more than really any other faction, right? Like it's more than the Hedge, it's more than Persean, it's more than Tritac. So for most of the things that we can make, we dominate the markets. Is there any other materials that I haven't covered? Oh, metals. 72% of metals. The Hedge makes some metals. So a lot of the domain grade, or a lot of the megastructure materials, we basically functionally have the monopoly or duopoly on. Something along those lines. Alright, so now you know. We are just flooding around space here, looking for some missions. Blue Tentacles, thank you for the resub. I wonder if they'll let me land now. We're still negative 30, probably not, right? Yeah. They still are just like, nope. I didn't pick up the tugs, true. So I can head back to my core worlds. Plus I need a resupply, we're below 1,000. Orbital Manufactorum at Raveno is done. So I am going to upgrade to the Fleetworks. And the Fleetworks benefit is a faction-wide fleet bonus, size of 25%. And then in terms of the Fleetworks, we were making a nanoforge, which seems to have been manufactured. So I'm going to go pick up the nanoforge and install it in Ravenos Fleetworks after I get the resupplied and tugs. Maybe I'll do the analyze arc for Syndria, because that's just like one hop over. It's pretty easy to do. If you're wondering, I could clear the Arc Guardians. They're not particularly difficult. I just don't have use of the Arc. I don't really need to employ the Arc to grow any colonies, because we don't have any colonies that need growth. Here's the Guardians. It's just a bunch of drone ships, which there's a lot of, so I'd need a bigger fleet than I currently have, but I you know, it's not that hard. Oh, here's a survey fleet that I'm actually going to clear, though. Because survey fleets can drop colony items, or survey ships. Will I explain again the nanoforge benefits when I install it in the Fleetworks? Sure. Will do. So clearing domain motherships, survey ships, and ruins can also be my focus for colony items, because you can get colony items that way as well. So I'll take a look at my exploration log to see if there's any known motherships for me to clear. And in fact, the Arc Guardians might also have colony items, so I might want to clear them just on the grounds of obtaining colony items from them. But I would need a bigger fleet than I currently have. Done. Hell of a lot of gamma cores, but not colony items that I want. And sometimes when you destroy the survey ships, they'll also tell you where the mothership is, but not in this case. Oh god, there goes my money. Alright, yes, megastructures. We are going to pause restoration. So we got up to 36% capacity, so over a third. And yeah, megastructures are pretty pricey, so I think you guys can understand why I forced you to pick between colonization and megastructures, because I certainly wasn't going to have the funds for both. Ah, Commander. She is put on... So, as my fleet docks, I receive a high-priority call from one of the mercenary officers. So, basically, I'm just going to wish her well. Her contract was up, and she was like, hey, do you want to re-up? And I was like, nope. And, you know, bid her goodbye. So, grabbing the tugs. And then if I'm going to clear out the Ark fleet... I'll grab, a few more ships. So let's clear out that Ark fleet now. While I have the mercenaries to help. Because that's like a big fight, but it's not scary to me. Shouldn't be too bad. So I'll bring the Gamma Cores in to give to Tritac for rep. So I'm gonna grab all the Gamma Cores. And then I do have an Alpha Core that I could just put somewhere. Let's put it in the Pop-in infrastructure. Might as well. It was sitting there, not doing anything anyway. Alright, looks good. Yep. Haven't forgotten about the Nanoforge. I should have picked that up. That is... Here it is. So the Nanoforge increases the ship and weapon production quality by 50%, increases heavy production by 3, and on habitable worlds causes pollution, which becomes permanent. Which, Raveno is not a habitable world, so that's not an issue that we're going to face. Hyperspace stabilization is now done. So opening up the research tree. All worlds have an accessibility increased by 10%. And now we're going to research Bifrost Gate, which allows you to build gates, which is a different megastructure project, but a cheaper one than the other megastructure projects that we've embarked on so far. Yeah, let's just do 4 battleships. Why not? So these are Guardian-class drone ships. These are like the biggest drone, the battleship equivalent of drone ships, which we really haven't faced so far. But given that they're pre-collapse, non-remnant ships, non-AI ships, they're like not hard to kill, as you can see. Plus, they don't have captains. There's like no AI core giving them abilities, so they're like unmanned. We got poor. Was it the megastructure payment? Yes. That and the orbital manufactorum upgrade cost, which was like $1 million on its own. So these ramparts are not dangerous unless they hit you with like their cyclone reaps. So I just have to make sure that my shields are up around them. Stop them from blowing me up that way. Oh, that Pegasus is gonna have trouble though. Coming, bud. They're bullet sponges? Yeah. They're not as spongy as, like, Invictus or Onslaughts, but they are spongy. I think it's mostly due to the fact that they have shields versus the other drone ships that don't. Because the other drone ships, we just slice through their armor and then they're done. Whereas these guys have, like, fusion drives, so they can come and go quickly. They're definitely not hard to kill. We've already killed like 4 or 5 of them. What's this? Oh, you are going against your own drone ship. Alright, that's fine. Look at all the space debris around. There are so many broken ships. I can barely get a clear shot on the enemies. There we go. I stopped firing on the other one, assuming that they were going to destroy it, and then they didn't. So the only dangerous thing about this fight is how deep their roster is with these Guardian ships, because they had like a dozen of them. But they can only deploy like 4 at a time. So their 4 Guardian ships against my 4 Paragons and Pegasus, they have 0 chance to win. We're eating them alive. And that other Paragon is like messing around with one of the Guardian ships and wasting time. Honestly, just come back. So I don't have to go chasing down that last drone ship once we're done here. I might have taken more armor damage from this drone ship debris hitting me than anything that the drone ships have done. Damn it, you crunchy corpses. Get out of the way. Well, I had very good reason to recall the other Paragon, as 2 drone ships ganked it, but it's fine. So I think there's just 2 drone ships left, and then we're done with this fight. And I chose not to deploy the Auroras because of the length of this fight. I knew that the combat readiness penalties for safety overrides would have been penalizing. So I kept them out of the fight for that reason. Alright, arc ship cleared. No colony items. That's unfortunate. Million experience. And in order to fire up the arc ship, we need transpotonics, which I could come back with at some point. I'm not overly concerned about doing that immediately, but at some point we'll come back and that's the arc ship is basically like a souped up cryosleeper, so it helps to grow colonies, but our colonies are already like as big as I want them to be, so we don't really have use for it. But what I can do is I can park it at Tarshish, or use it for whenever I start colonizing with AI governors. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Crap. So maybe I'll just keep it there for now, knowing that we can always come back. Okay, we just researched Bifrost Gate. So here is the research tree. Bifrost Gate is done, which allows us to build Bifrost Network. So what the Bifrost Network is, if you go to Megastructures and go to Bifrost Network, you can construct Bifrost Gates. And Bifrost Gates are like mini gates, and what they do is wherever you construct a Bifrost Gate in a solar system, you will add accessibility to each world that has a Bifrost Gate. So if we added one at Tarshish, it adds, and then add one at Beta Vigri, it will add a combined 42 and 37 accessibility to both. I'm going to wait to do this because the construction of Bifrost Gates does cost more refined metals than I even have access to, which is all the more reason to get the Pluto mining station recovered so that I have more refined metals and more purified transphotonics so that I can recover these projects without, you know, running out of resources. Did I just fly past Beta Vigri? I did. Look at all the AI investigators hovering around. Okay, here's another mercenary, releasing for her from her contract. I have 2 beta cores, so I might as well just hook them up here with whatever's expensive. Let's add one to fracking and one to farming. And then Rhadamant is going to get the pristine nanoforge. Cool. Now that that's done, let's continue trying to pick up missions for factions that we have bad relationships with, and then also look for survey opportunities specifically around like research stations, mining stations, orbital stations, you know, points of interest that might have science. And yeah, doing a tiny bit of the black market sales gave us some credits, which is good. I have some spending cash because we were basically out. Now we're not. So we've paid off all of our debt, our $500,000 of debt, and stockpiles withdrawn from fleet. So got some spending cash now. Come on, Syndra, offer me a mission. I'm trying to befriend you again, having knocked you out of the fuel game. They're still not letting me land on their planets. Sourpusses. And another captain going bye-bye. I'm just making sure that when the captains go bye-bye, we have the right people in the right ships. Because if they were in, like, Paragons, obviously we want the Paragons captain. So there is a Merc captain here and here. And there was one in the salvage ship, which doesn't make much sense. So you are gonna Arkwolf. I think I'm just gonna dismiss them. So I don't have to constantly accommodate their contracts. Because it gets annoying. I should head over to a Tritac for all the cores that I have. So I'll head over to a Tritac area for that. Because they weren't giving me a mission here. So I'll head over to, like, Myasura. And hope that, I could also focus on Persean League. So in terms of my factions, my relationship with Hedge is pretty good right now, but it's only going to sour as we do AI inspections. So there's not a lot of point to try to normalize relationships with them. But Persean League and Syndria both have pretty bad relations that could be improved. Because there's nothing on the horizon that would ruin it further. And that pays some bills. And relationship has gone up even more. Nice. I'm going to set myself around Asconia for a little bit longer, hoping for another mission being offered. I'm surprised there's, like, been none. It's all pirates and independents so far. I'm Tritac, but I don't need Tritac rep. Oh my god. Why do they want for nothing? Ask me for a favor, Syndria. I could head down to their bars if I turn off my transponders. The problem is if they catch me with my transponder off, they're probably just going to get more pissed. So, given that I don't have, like, a stealth fleet, I don't think it's worth attempting that route. I just need to wait for, like, legit work to cross my desk, so to speak. So maybe what we'll do, because they really don't seem to be handing me any missions, is to head towards Persean League worlds to try to pick up Persean League quests instead. Because Syndria is just being pissy. They don't want anything from me. Analyze the derelict ship. Sounds good. Derelict ships often will also be systems that have a bunch of domain garbage, which means that there is sometimes drones and surveys and the like. After this mission that I'm doing right now, what I might end up doing is I'll go ahead and go through my exploration log to find domain era probes, survey ships. Yeah, I have locations of multiple survey ships, and do those instead. Because I've tried the route of waiting for... ooh, I don't have a lot of fuel. I've tried the route of waiting for missions to cross my desk, but they really just haven't in enough frequency. Oh, that's much better. That's some money. Well, now that that came across... Restoring Pluto again. I'm going to buy legit fuel and supplies because I have the money and I want to repair some of the relationship. And I'll also deliver some domestic goods as a little mission, too. So go to Mazalot, contact 4th, whatever, and deliver some garbage. Barren World and another derelict ship. So the Barren World and the derelict ship are actually pretty close to Tarshish, so I'll accept both. They're not going to be that hard to do. And doing all 3 missions for the Persean League, or all 4 missions for the Persean League, should probably normalize relationships with the Persean League so that they become more solid trading partners. So we'll head out to Ulquama. Didn't actually mean to jump out there. Meant to use the gate. And get some of these Persean League missions done. Alright, after I do these 3 Persean League missions, if you guys want to vote for some other priority, feel free to do so. If you want me to explore and survey, what I would do in that case... Oh, wait. What I would do in that case is probably head through the exploration log to try to find survey and mothership stuff. And ruins that I had skipped. So have you vote on that. Whee! My level 1 slipstreams are taking me exactly where I want to go. Such a good way to conserve fuel. So what am I actually doing here? Derelict ship, some distance away from center. Oh, I hate those. The good news is we found some ruins right off the bat. Resh has ruins. Just some organics in it, but still. And it's a water world. I haven't seen a lot of those. Maybe the water world has ruins too. Oh, it does. Sweet. Come on. No, wow. There is nothing in there. I got screwed. Bunch of bounties. Persean League bounties for areas around us. This bounty's for pirates. This one wants me to attack. I don't know. Someone that I'm not interested in destroying. Alright, so where is this derelict ship already? The other factions are dealing with path cells. Not me. I cut a deal. Gave them a planet killer and told them to leave me alone, and it worked. All right, we got information about a mining station location in Bessel. I still haven't found the derelict ship. And the Pluto mining is now at 52% capacity. I'm going to pause it for a month so that we don't go bankrupt. Oh, that might be it. Way up this way. Bingo. That took a while. Alright, faction relations with Persean League is now neutral. And then after the last two missions that we have, it should go up to something better. I think what I'm going to try is I'm going to look for a gate. So that I don't have to fly so far trying to get back to the other two missions. So I'll do like, I'll hop into like 2 or 3 systems looking for gates. Because there aren't really any gates near me. I am flying in the wrong direction though, which is not great. Come on, gate. No gate. You guys want me to continue choosing. Alright, I think I'm going to keep the current priority above my head, which is to restore Pluto, search for the biofactory embryo, and improve faction relations while doing the other 2 things. Alright, I'm almost out of supplies, so I am going to suspend repairs. There's not going to be a gate here at a brown dwarf. There is something, though. A Revenant phase transport full of drugs. Free drugs. My favorite kind. Alright, this is the last attempt to finding a gate, and then I'll give up and fly to the closest known. So that I don't end up stranded without fuel in deep space. That would suck. No gates here, so we'll head to Realm. Cheers. Ooh, what did we find? Research station! There was one at Realm. I was right all along. Unfortunately, it didn't have anything we needed. It had blueprints for 3 things that we already have blueprints for. But, surprise, my memory... Oh, and a synchrotron core. That's not bad. I was ultimately right about it. Cool. I had filed away in my brain that, like, Realm had one. And just never... I didn't search the star, I guess. Well, we made it home with almost no supplies and almost no fuel, but we made it home all the same. So we'll drop off the blueprints, sync core, and let's just install the beta core somewhere. Just let's do the terminus. And head back out. Looking to improve our relations. I think I like the fleet and its composition that I have right now, so I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep the ships that I have because they offer a reasonable enough protection from being harassed by other factions. I'm also going to put my research database in storage here because I don't need them in my research facility, so I'm just dumping them here. My freighters don't have survey mods, but I'm not too worried about it. The supply cost for survey is small enough. It's not going to cripple me either way. I don't think. Well, I guess I haven't really filled up my cargo. So I'll put in survey equipment, I get. Might as well. Wants me to bring something to Ravenout. That's funny. Speaking of Ravenout, 67 days orbital manufactorum. And then Red Fox is 72% grown, growing at 3. One thing that you'll notice is the hazard rating for these, or the accessibility rather for these, has gone up 10 from that research I got. Thank you for watching Starsector Ashes of the Domain, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow captains.